Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to QA Testing Lab channel. This is Asutosh Kumar. So in last session, we have seen how to install Playwright in two different ways. First is the terminal way and the second is the Visual Studio code extension. Now in today's session, we are going to see how to create our first test and run it in the Playwright using different commands. Okay. So just open your Visual Studio code editor and here this is the first project which we have created last time. So inside this we are having tests folder and this is another example file. So this is what is this one? This is the end-to-end test they have provided to understand, and this is just two simple tests they have given how we are going to write our tests. Okay. So in order to do this, what I'll do is I'll create our own class file, test file basically. So test1 dot spec dot js. So always remember that if we are creating a test class file, mm, the extension of the class file should be .spec.js. Okay, so just press enter, and here we have created our first test file, test class file. So we are going to write our first statement. So I'm just writing the first statement. Don't worry, I'll explain each and every keywords which we are writing in this statement. So constant test comma expect equals to require @playwright test. Okay, now if you see inside this we are having constant test expect require and then the playwright test. So what are these five different keywords? So basically this constant is nothing, as the name suggests. This constant is nothing. This is a JavaScript variable. This is JavaScript keyword which is used to declare a constant variable. Okay, so once a value is assigned to this constant variable, then it cannot be changed. So what is this constant? Let's see right here, constant. So this is a JavaScript keyword used to declare a constant variable. Okay, then we are having test. So what does this test do? Test, and then we are having the expect as well. Expect. So test, this is a variable, or it is a variable that refers to a function for defining test cases. So this is a variable which refers to a function which is used to define all the test cases, which is used for defining the test cases. So, and it resides under, this function resides under this module. Okay, similarly this expect is also on the same line. It is a variable that refers to a function for making assertions. Whenever we are doing assertions, that time we are going to use this expect keyword. This function also resides under this module. Okay, so we'll just write it is a variable that refers to a function for defining test cases. It resides under @playwright slash test. Okay, similarly it is a variable that refers to a function for making assertions. Okay, this also resides inside playwright slash test. Okay, now what is this module require? Require at the rate playwright slash test. What is this? So this module, this basically it contains different functions and utilities. So test and expect are among these two functions. So what is this? So this module contains different functions and utilities. So these two functions are also like that, and we are going to use these two functions. So we are using it here in this test class file from this module. Okay, so this module contains different functions and utilities, test and expect are among those okay. And what is this require keyword? So this is again a built-in function in Node.js for importing modules or codes from different files or packages. Okay, so just we can write it's a built-in function in Node.js for importing modules from different files or packages. Okay, so I've just written like this. I'll just copy this, Control X, and I'll put it here. Okay, okay. Now, as we understood, this is a constant variable. These two functions we are declaring as a variable, and these two functions resides under this module playwright slash test. Now we are going to write our first test. So to write the first test, we are going to use the test keyword. Okay, so test. Now we are having two parameters here. Okay, so first parameter will be the title of the test. So I'll put verify page. So this is my title of the test. Okay, so whenever it gets executed and printed in the test report, this will be the title of our test. Okay, and the second parameter is async. Again, I'll explain each and every word, every keyword, don't worry. Async bracket, inside this we are going to use a page fixture, and then we are having arrow annotations, and this is our body. So now this is our first parameter. Okay, verify page. So first parameter of the test, this is the second parameter of the test. Okay, and this is a asynchronous arrow function. Okay, this is the arrow function. Okay, what does this word async says? Okay, this is a question. So this is a function which returns a promise. This returns a promise and always allows us to use await keyword. So we are going to use await keyword inside the test function. So to use that await keyword, we have to use this async function. Okay, so we need async because most playwright operations, different playwright operations are there which are asynchronous, like page.go to, page.click, etc. These operations are asynchronous function. So that is the reason we have to use async keyword over here. Okay, Now what is this page? So page is nothing but as I said, it's a fixture. We are saying here to give us the page property. So we are going to use a particular page whenever application is launched, and whenever we are interacting with the elements, a page is there, right? A web page is there. So this is that page. We are going to use that page using this page keyword, page property. Okay, similarly we are having different other fixtures like browser, context, these type of fixtures. So we will see these two type of fixtures in our upcoming sessions. Okay, so for as of now, we are going to use this page fixture. Okay, so now just write page fixture. I'm going to use page dot go to URL. Okay, page dot go to URL. Go to URL. Okay, and as I said, we are using async function over here, so we can use await keyword here, await page dot go to. Then we can declare constant page title. Suppose we want to verify the page title after launching the page. Okay, so await page dot title. If you want to print it in the console dot log page title. Page title is page title, and the last line again we are going to use the await keyword, and the second function we are going to use the expect one. Okay, so expect for assertions, for making our assertions. So await expect page dot to have title. So what is the title of the page? See here, what is the title of the page? If you see here, this is the title of the page. So I'm just using this one and press here. Okay. Okay. Now we are done writing our first test where we are launching a URL, that is google.com. We are reading what is the page title, and then we are printing that page title, and then we are asserting that page title with our expected value, that is Google. Okay. So now we can run our test. So in order to run our test, what we need to again do is we have to go to our terminal. So let's go to our terminal, and first we can just write our first command. So npx playwright test. Okay, so this should run our test in all three browsers by default. So let's see. Okay, we'll see one more thing over here. So here what it will do, it will run all the tests inside this test suite. Okay, so if you see inside our test folder, we are having example.spec.js class as well. So here we are having two tests, 2 plus 1, total 3 tests we are having. Okay, so it will run in all the three browsers. Fifth has got executed. Sixth has started. So all six tests has passed. So we'll see. So what I will do, we will run it again. What I'll do, I'll just delete this class file for now, so that we are only having our own class file. And now we will run our test. Okay. So npx playwright test. So what has happened? We have not saved our test, and that is the reason it was not able to uh, identify it. So now we have saved it. So it is running our all the three tests. It will run in the Firefox last. Chromium and WebKit is already executed. Yeah. So Firefox is also done. So now it will stop. Now, if we want to see our tests, so this test has ran into a headless mode, okay, where we are not able to see the CR test execution. So if we want to run our test in headed mode, that also we are going to see. So now here in this case, if we want to see our test report, they've already given this command, okay, npx playwright show report. So just npx playwright show hyphen report. So it will open the test report. So you can see what it has ran. Navigate to google.com, then expect to have title, page title is page title, to have title equals to Google. Okay, all these it is having. So similarly you can check for Firefox and WebKit as well. Okay. Okay, so for now I'm just going to close this window, and we'll see how to run our test in the control how to run our test in the headed mode. So what it is saying, to get out of this, press Control plus C to quit. So Control plus C. Okay, now we are going to see how to run our test in the headed mode. npx playwright space test space hyphen hyphen headed. Okay, press enter. Now we can see our test execution. It will launch the browsers, and we'll be able to see how it is launching and closing the browsers and then reading the title. So first it has launched Chromium. There is the WebKit. So it will be very fast, okay, and it will just read the title of the pages and it will close the browsers. this Firefox. So see, await keyword is just waiting till the time page gets completely downloaded. All the elements on the page gets completely downloaded. So that is the power of that await keyword in this Playwright, and that is the reason it is Playwright is very fast compared to Selenium Java or Selenium C Sharp or any other language with Selenium libraries. Okay. Now again, if you want to see the test report, we can use this command and check that report. Now, if we want to run our test in specific browser, how we are going to write it? So first we will see run all test. So command npx playwright test run all test in headed mode. So npx playwright space test hyphen hyphen headed. Now third will be run all test in specific browser. Okay. So how we can do this? Playwright npx playwright test space hyphen project project chromium. Okay. So npx playwright test hyphen hyphen project chromium. Sorry, my spelling of the chromium is wrong. Okay, I'm just correcting it and then run it again. Npx playwright test hyphen hyphen project chromium. So this will run our only one test. So it is running only in chromium. Done. So just mention npx playwright test hyphen hyphen project chromium. Now run all test from specific class file. Okay. So to do that, run test from specific class file. So here we are having only one class file, but if suppose we are having multiple class files and we want to run test from one class file only, all the tests from one class file. So what command we can use? So npx playwright test and then the name of the class file. So what is the name here? test1.spec.js. So test1.spec.js. Just enter. So it will run all three tests, like one test in all three browsers. So Chromium is done. It will run the WebKit and then the Firefox. Okay, so it's done. So what is the command? npx playwright test, name of the class file test1 spec.js. Write it test1 dot spec dot js. Write with the extension. Okay, run specific test from a test class. Okay, so now suppose inside this is our test class. Inside this we are having different multiple test functions, and we have to run only one test function. So what is the command for that? So npx playwright test space hyphen g, and then just pass the title of the test. So what is the title of the test here? Verify page. Okay, verify page. So it will run only this test. If we are having another test with different title, it will not run those tests. Okay, so it will run only those type of test which is having title equals to whatever title we are passing here. So we are passing here verify page, it will run verify page test. So it has completed executing all test in all the three browsers. It is generating the test report, and then it will stop the execution. So it's done. So now we can mention our command here as npx playwright test and hyphen g, and what is the we just need to mention title of the test. So here I'm just writing title of the test. You guys don't confuse, okay? So we have seen how to create our first test and how to run it in different ways with different commands. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this session. Please keep watching this space for Playwright tutorials, and I'm going to start with AI related stuff as well in some time. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Yeah. Thank you. Take care.